it going? Welcome to another fabulous week of learning things. Today we're going to learn how to multiply decimals by whole numbers. That's kind of cool. So let's go ahead and review a couple things that'll help us with decimals. First things first, remember when we're looking at base 10 blocks, when we're dealing with decimals, right here, this is a whole. Okay, so one whole, remember it's made up of 100 hundredths, okay, or 10 tenths. So 10 tenths makes up a whole, or 100 hundredths makes up one whole. All right, so if you're thinking about money, this would be $1, one whole dollar. This would be a dime, 1/10 of a dollar, and this would be a penny, 1/100th of a dollar. So remember that base 10 blocks can be tools used for multiple things. So even though when we're dealing with whole numbers, this can be 100, this can be 10, and this can be 1. When we're dealing with decimals, this can be one whole, this can be tenths, and this can be 100th. So now let's get to our first image of the day. So what we're looking at is basically, oops, messing up already. There we go. We're looking at this amount multiple times. My question to you is, how many times? You are seeing 1/10 and 2/100ths, otherwise known as 12/100ths. You're seeing 12/100ths 3 times. 12/100ths 3 times. So let's just write what we said. 12/100ths 3 times. Or 12/100ths times 3. So that is a base 10 version of a multiplication problem. So when we're talking about multiplication, remember multiplication is repeated groups. So if we had 3 groups of 4, that would be 12. When we're dealing with whole numbers, it would be, well, I don't have enough hundredths out, but it would be 3 groups of 400ths. That's only 2. But now we are not. There we go. They have pictures for us. It's beautiful. Okay, so there is 3 groups of 400ths, or you could say 4 groups of 300ths. All right. Also, you could draw it in pictures like this. Here's 3 groups, or 4 groups of 3. My 1 group of 3 right here, 2 groups of 3, 3 groups of 3, 4 groups of 3, and then finally the numerical way: 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. All of these representations are 4 groups of 3 or 3 groups of 4, or 3 times 4. Now, they want you to see that because that's exactly the same thing that we did on the previous problem, except for instead of doing 3 groups of 4, we have 3 groups of 12/100ths. So 12/100ths 3 times. And once again, if we're just building it with base 10, it would be 3 groups of this 1/10 and 2/100ths. So if we wrote that as a multiplication problem, it could look like this: 12/100ths times 3. And remember, multiplication is essentially repeated addition. So 12/100ths plus 12/100ths plus 12/100ths. And if we if we created it with our base 10, as you can see, it's 3 groups of 12/100ths, or 3/10ths and 6/100ths. If we build it with an array, could put another group and then another group, and altogether we would have 3 groups of 12/100ths. In all of these situations, it equals 3/10ths and 6/100ths, or 36/100ths. Come back to the next video and I'll show you how to get that with an algorithm.